Hey, Style Access members. I wanted to bring you some exclusive content that you won't find on any other social media channel, and that is how to style dresses. Earlier this week, I sent out a couple of style boards on wardrobe basics pertaining to dresses that I recommend for my clients. And mainly what I wanted you to get from it is two important things to look for when it comes to dresses, and that is fit and fabric. So some of the dresses I recommended may not be in your personal style wheelhouse, and that is totally fine, but I want to educate you on what to look for so that you can find the dress that best speaks to your personal style. So when it comes to fabric, especially in the summer, you want to pick fabrics that are going to keep you cool. So I like jersey materials like this particular dress. I like linen, tencel. What other? Gauze is another great fabric, 100% cotton. Fabrics that are going to breathe and move with you and keep you cool in the summer. The second thing you want to look for is fit. So I like to find dresses that are going to define the waistline, like this particular dress does. That is an A-line shape that is going to skim the body. And a lot of the suggestions that I made take those important details into account. You want to look for darts that are in the dress that are going to give you kind of that skimming shape. Now, it's not to say that you can't wear dresses that are a bit more, that don't have shape. In fact, I have a couple of those dresses and I really like those as well. But I think when you're building the basics of your wardrobe, you want to have a few of those dresses that are going to fit you just perfectly. So now that you've paid attention to the basic construction of the dress, you've found a dress that defines the waist, that is skimming the body, that is comfortable. There's still some tweaks that you may have to make. And dresses are an easy item of clothing to get altered. I alter most of my dresses, actually. This particular dress is one that I haven't altered yet, but I need to because the neckline is way too low for me. So I will need to get this hemmed up just about a ½ inch on the straps. Another dress that I actually bought that I did major construction on is this one. The bottom fit perfectly, the top was way too loose. So they ended up putting darts in and making this fit my body shape. Before you give up on a dress, make sure that you look at how you might be able to alter it to make it fit exactly for your body shape. A pretty obvious way to style a dress with a plunging neckline to make it more comfortable is to layer under the dress. Two ways to do that. You can either layer with a tank top, layer under the dress with a simple t-shirt. I would look for a t-shirt that is probably more of a slim fit, so you don't have a lot of material gathering under the dress. Looking back at the wardrobe basics for shirts, the universal thread t-shirt that I recommended is a good slim fit shirt that would fit under a lot of dresses. Now, I'm obviously wearing a longer dress here, but these same style tips will go with short dresses or long dresses. For example, I would do that, the same idea, layering under or with a t-shirt or a tank with a shorter dress. So keep that in mind as you're looking to apply some of these tips. Okay, so the next tip, which may not be as obvious, is to layer over the dress. And this is how I especially like to wear my dresses because I feel like there's a lot more ways to style it and to get the most versatility out of it. So for this example, I've just layered a basic tank. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clear hair tie. And this is a great way to kind of simulate a gathered waist without doing a tie, because sometimes you don't have enough shirt to actually do a full knot. So I just put that around, if you can see. I put that around and I just kind of bubble it up, make it kind of no fuss. You can make this in the front, you can make it to the side, you could even tie it in the back if you wanted to make it something kind of more stylish. Now, the placement of how high you bring this kind of simulation of the waist, if you will, is really important. And you want to bring it to where the natural waist hits. Because if you bring it too low and you bring it down to where your hips are, it's going to make you look wider. Now, because this dress is a little bit more pleated, the pleats give a filling effect. And so you want to bring this up to the natural waist. So if you can see the difference, kind of the before, where it's hitting at the widest part of my hips versus bringing it up to the natural waist. So this would be one option to layer over, especially when we start to get into the really hot temperatures. Just putting a simple tank over is a good idea. Next way to style over a dress is a graphic tee. I put this in the wardrobe basics because I think it's just a great way to add some fun and personal style. And it, whatever you choose to buy for your graphic tee is personal to you. So what I would do, and again, what you're trying to do here is almost make the dress work as a skirt. So I'm just gonna roll this up, and this time I'm gonna tie it in the back because this shirt has a little bit more fabric. It does make it easier to tie. I'm using that clear tie, and I'm just gonna kind of wrap it around and pull it up so it hits the natural waistline. So t-shirt over a dress makes it really cool, casual, and chic. Maybe get a little bit closer just so you can see how that is. So again, it's a no fuss way of kind of gathering up that graphic tee. So I am now going to style a chambray shirt, which is a closet workhorse. This will go with so many things. I linked it in the shirt section of the wardrobe basics. And what I'm gonna do again is just do a tie, a front tie. Now this particular shirt that I linked is made to be tied like this because it has kind of a longer tails in the front. So it is meant to be tied, but it is really important that you tie this up higher. Tie it to the natural waist. I just want to show you an example of when it's tied too low, it's going to hit you at the widest spot, hit you at the hips, and it's just going to make you look wider. So in order to properly make it hit at the right place, you may have to unbutton a couple of buttons, because I think this was meant to be tied lower. But if you unbutton a couple of buttons and you bring this up like so, it's going to guarantee hitting at that natural waist, okay? So this is another option. Using that wardrobe basic of a classic white button down, same effect as the chambray shirt. I left a couple of buttons unbuttoned, and I'm going to do that front tie. And this is just a really pretty classic look that you can't go wrong with. And again, bring it up. You might have some fabric here, so you want to just tuck that under, and you've got another way to style over a dress. The next option is taking some of those jackets that we covered in the wardrobe basics and layering that over a dress. Remember to do the cuff of the jacket to give it a little bit of space, and that just kind of helps things look more pulled together. Roll those sleeves up, and you've got another great look. Okay, now let's go back and we're going to combine two ideas. So we're going to start with that top layer. Graphic tee or tank can be, or a regular tee, and we're going to add that another layer to it. And now you're really kind of turning this dress into a skirt and adding some fun, cool style. And I really love how this kind of pulls together. And again, you can try this with a shorter dress. I think this idea works better with a longer dress, just because it helps balance things out. But I'd give it a try and see how it looks on one of your shorter dresses. So again, you can layer and layer. Last Tip I have is to have fun with accessories, because accessories can really make a difference in how you pull this outfit together. So the one thing that I think every closet should have is a pendant necklace. Doesn't have to be fancy. I like this simple bar necklace, but what it does is it adds a little bit of a feminine touch, and it helps simulate the V-neck, which is always flattering for any body shape. So a pendant necklace. You can start to add some fun statement earrings. You know, something like this can add a little bit of fun and zhuzh. And these again are very personal to your personal style. I like these because they're light and they're very fun. You can also have some fun with a hat, you know, depending on where you're going. So hats are great. Target is a great source for hats. I've got a couple of hats, straw hats and things that can really make an outfit pop. And lastly, let's talk about shoes. So I have been styling this dress and outfit with a pair of white sneakers. I'm really loving this look in particular because I do feel like I can dress it up or dress it down. But let's say you want to go out, you have a date night, having a good pair of kind of metallic sandals can always kind of dress up a dress. Having a good pair of brown sandals, I think, are also very versatile. And I have linked a few of these before, but I will be doing kind of my own shoe recommendation beyond just the one that I had posted earlier from the Mom Edit. So anyway, so think about your shoes and accessories, add things, take things off, really have fun with it. You can't go wrong. So I want to just recommend that you kind of stylize this to make it work for your own personal style. I'm using pieces from my wardrobe, but these are all wardrobe basics that I've featured, you know, over the last several weeks via those style boards. And I hope it inspires you to kind of think about dresses and wear them more often, especially as we get into these warmer temps. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for tuning in.